everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Phantasmal Forest. We're getting towards the end of our adventure, but we still have some bosses to fight, some things to do in this episode. So, last time we left off, you three had taken a hostage in the form of Hearth, the elven druid rogue who you had battled at a bridge, and have now decided to go into a tavern with him, hands bound, under the guise of being a magician who has his hands tied.
Let him follow his actor dreams,
He did, yeah. He loves acting. It's just you've given him a really weird role. You know what I mean? It's okay, Merlin, I guess, and that's what we've got. But still, you walk in to the kind of familiar area of the Traveler's Respite that you had been before. Last time you were here, it was hustling and bustling. You saw a city guard, you saw old men gambling, there was the odd figure with the giant quill of the huge feather, but right now, it's pretty empty. You see Elna, the human barkeeper, wiping down the bar and just kind of, in silence, looking around, and her two sons at the corner table. So as you walk in, she looks up and says, "Oh, well, welcome. What can I do for you?"
Hi again.
Oops. Hi. Remember us?
How could I forget? How did the bird go?
Not as expected.
Well, you're alive, so.
Yeah, he's a good bird. He's a cool bird.
He was a cool bird. We rode on his back.
He is quite a cool bird.
He's a cool bird. We flew on the bird.
Yeah,
it was amazing.
I don't know if I've seen him do that before, but he acts as more of a protector around here. So it's good to know that you didn't get in his way too much. You seemed nice, if a bit odd.
So we've been told. Can I get some of the purple thing?
Yes, the purple thing that I totally remembered. Is that it, or?
2 rooms would be?
2 rooms and a round of drinks. I can do that math very quickly. That'll be about a gold and 5 silver for the group of you.
Merlin will pay for it. Thank you, Merlin.
Yes, have you met our magician friend? Different, distinct from wizard.
Yes.
The magic is not real.
Well, you don't have to give away the secrets, Oliver. I mean, the tricks are still very cool.
Very, yep.
Like me, Merlin.
Yep. Exceedingly cool. Maybe we should just get him out of here before he attempts to demonstrate.
Well, you don't want to see him try to break his box?
I would love to.
All right. If I roll poorly, then I rolled. I can't. I just keep throwing the dice everywhere but the tray. I got a 7, so it's still and nothing happens, and he just sort of and then puts his hands back down. It's a work in progress.
You'll get it one day. Pat him on the head.
I hope. All right. Well, regroup in the morning.
Sounds good.
Who am I staying with?
If you tried to escape in the night, Balthus could.
Yeah, I feel like that would be me.
Keep him. Yeah.
All right. You and me, Dragonborn.
Don't call me Dragonborn, but yes. All right. So we go to the rooms now? How late is it? How late is it?
I think it had been getting close to evening.
Okay.
You guys can, stay and drink your drinks for a little while. Maybe drop Hearth off in the room so he doesn't embarrass you any further.
Mm-hmm.
I feel really bad for him. Is the harp player that was here last time?
No, actually.
No, he's gone.
There is the
Shame.
stage and you see the harp, but there is no one playing.
I might go sit on the edge of the stage, and if Elna thinks it's okay, I might play a little tune on my lute.
Yeah, roll a performance check.
Hell yeah, I will. I don't have a lute. Oh no, I rolled a flat 6, but I've got a good mod for, let's see. Okay, I got a 12.
It's good. It's not fabulous. You see the two twins, the little twin boys who had kind of led you outside and pointed to the bird in the sky when you had first gotten here, kind of sitting and clapping along with you, and Elna just kind of, like continues wiping down the counter and doesn't say much, but it's a fair performance.
Can I ask Elna? The last time we were here, it was quite populated. Is it just a inactive night, or how are you doing?
Well, it's some unsavory types have come through as of late. People tend to stay in their homes. It's
What unsavory types?
Oh, I mean, a couple carriages, large beasts of burden that didn't look of this world, I guess. It just seemed better that everyone stay out of the way.
Did you see, gosh, I don't know what Zeno looks like. CJ doesn't, but Mirya does, and I will describe her to Elna. Did you see a woman who looks...
She's an older elf with gray hair and high cheekbones and very distinguished looking.
Yes.
I think. I mean, I wasn't, up close and personal trying to watch the caravan as it went through, but that sounds about like the description.
They didn't come into the bar, they just went past?
No, they rode on through the town, but it has been a little quiet since then. No one wants to push their luck.
Mm-hmm. Well, we're on the right path, I'd say to Oliver and Balthus.
Yeah. I guess my last thing I would want to ask her about is if she saw exactly the direction they were heading. Because she could just point it out to us, or we could get those twins to step out with us for a hot minute again.
She said that they were going towards the mountains, kind of up the path that you had gone previously to get to the mountain range and see Melnim.
Okay. We might want to get out early tomorrow. I don't know if they're going to try and go back to Melnim. I don't know if I don't think they have good plans for him.
I would imagine not. So I suppose tomorrow we should set out and I guess climb it again.
Yeah. Right? Did you actually drop him off in the room, or is he here for this conversation?
He can be here.
Yeah. Let's retcon that back in.
Bring back our boy.
Bring back our boy.
Our boy.
Everyone's favorite NPC,
Mm-hmm.
Merlin.
I don't think they're going to the bird specifically. They're going over the mountain range. The forest is the goal. I guess plans were accelerated enough that it seemed, worth taking the risk to try to cross the mountain range despite Mel's guard.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
You don't.
Does he like you?
Mel?
Yeah.
Enough, I would say.
We wrote him. That's like level 5 friendship.
That is pretty...
In my book.
What level of friendship? What's the max level of friendship?
Oh, you don't need to worry about my levels of friendship.
I just want to
Merlin,
get a
it's
feeling
okay.
for where a 5
Yeah, I
is
think you're a
relative
great
to the
guy and all.
scale.
I guess it would be a 10 would be the top, but you know, I
okay.
think it's equivalent to like it's kind of like a cool piggyback ride.
Yeah. I had 5 is like a piggyback ride, and 10 is like you would die for each other.
Yeah.
I don't think Mel would die for us, but we did get a sick piggyback ride.
The halfway point between a stranger and dying for someone is a piggyback.
Piggyback ride. We have successfully quantified friendship
You know what?
absolutely
I don't think
perfectly.
that's totally inaccurate. Like,
That doesn't even make sense.
Also,
do you think?
Elna,
Oh, sorry.
it's a quick question. Did you see a dragonborn, a silver one that kind of looks like him but with a big scar?
I don't recall. I'm not sure. I'm sorry.
I figured I would ask.
Is that something Hearth would know?
No, I don't know if he was with the caravan. He might be posted somewhere, but I'm not. I didn't think. From what I heard from Kestrel, it was a pretty small group that were trying to make the journey. Didn't want to bring an army into enemy territory. Didn't seem very smart.
So you don't think they're going to hurt Melnim? I mean, directly. They're not going to him.
I think they've failed enough times to know that they don't really.
Yeah,
wouldn't
he's
be
way
fu-
stronger than you guys. He's way cooler.
Yeah, way older too. I mean, I forget how to pronounce the type of bird he is. This is Suzanne. Starts with a V.
Very cool eagle.
Yeah, very va.
Very old and cool bird is the technical name.
I mean, they're keepers of knowledge, right? You know,
Mhm.
thousands of year-old beings that guard and watch and learn and speak. But if he's piggybacked you once, I mean,
Perhaps.
would he be willing to do it again?
Is that a more effective method of getting over the mountains? Probably. We weren't
Probably.
super great
mean,
at
our other
climbing it the
options-
first time.
Well, some of us. I had personally, that one's on me.
Everyone has their strengths and weaknesses. And you are good at many other things that are not climbing, Oliver.
Pretty good at magic from what I saw.
Thanks, buddy.
Which one of you like flipped?
You know
me
what?
over the
You're at
bridge?
like a
That was
2.
Wild.
Yeah.
It was me, actually.
Good
Oh!
job not hitting me too. To be honest, I expected something to hit me.
I was also kind of expecting it to hit you, Balthus. I'm still sort of getting the hang of all of this.
Hey, I'm glad you didn't. Good stuff.
We're becoming a pretty good team, I think.
See, that's the story that they're looking for in YouTube.
Yeah, you like this found family stuff? Is this what you want?
Be sure to like and subscribe.
Sometimes a family can be a small bard, a disgraced soldier, a scribe, and a kidnapped druid.
Masquerading as a magician.
Masquerading as the magician Merlin.
With their kind of part of the family, cool Uncle Bird.
And the old gnome that you sometimes associate with.
Grandpa.
Grandpa Glim.
Yeah, and Glim and Melnim are friends, so you know they're actually like the cool old guy friendship that
Hell yeah.
that watches over you.
Glim and Nim, bros for life.
I did not think of that, but now I love it. Well, tomorrow we set off. I could prep different spells, maybe stealth.
Yeah. What can you do, Harth, to help us? Can you do scrying?
No, I cannot. I can heal a little bit. I can pass without a trace, guidance. I can raise your armor class a little bit.
Okay. All useful things.
I'm also good at, opening doors and sneaking around, braiding
That's
hair,
helpful.
and acting.
Do you want to redo my braids? Because they're kind of coming out because I've been doing a lot of fighting and stuff.
I would love to redo your braids. You would need to
Excellent.
untie my hands.
That's okay. We can do that later. Not in the middle of the bar.
Okay. Well, off to sleep.
Off to
Sounds
sleep.
good to me.
All right. If you do untie Hearth's hands, he can help you, braid nice little braids back into your hair. And he goes ahead and pulls, he has long, dark black hair that he actually pulls back into a braided bun that looks pretty neat for himself. So it's all pulled away from his face now. You guys can take a long rest, regain all your hit points, all your spells, all that fun stuff, and we can get going. So you guys can get ready for the next day of travel. I believe it's about half a day to the mountain range, and you can get directions from Elna. If you'd like to, instead of going on horseback, you can travel, I would say most of the way there, underground through the kind of tunnel systems of this town. And that way you wouldn't have to face the kind of wall of smog that exists in the area around here.
Yeah, that sounds fair. Is that on foot though?
It would be on foot, so it would be a little bit slower, but you wouldn't have the kind of disadvantage of
Yeah.
smog.
But that's a half day. Are you saying half day is for horseback or for on foot?
Half day would probably be on horseback, so it would be a little bit longer on foot. It is up to you guys.
I suppose we could leave our horses here. We can't get them over the mountain anyway. The letter didn't say anything about a specific time, so I would assume we want to get there fast, but we're not working against a specific clock here.
Mhm.
I vote underground speed walking,
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
power
that sounds good.
walking.
All right, let's go.
And can
Guys,
Elna take care of our horses?
Oh, yes, I guess. Sure. Yeah, we don't have many horses around here, but that'll be interesting for the kids. Are they
I
nice?
can give her like an extra gold. Is that?
That would, much
Yeah.
appreciated if I'm gonna be watching your animals.
Well, I will also add a gold to that. Now
Thank
you
you.
have two.
Extra special care.
Mackenzie is very nice.
Oh, good. Okay, so
She's
we
the
have
small
Mackenzie,
one.
and then Apples.
Which
And the other
we're,
horse?
we're working on a cooler name.
The other one is named Horse.
All right, sounds good to me. Apples, Mackenzie, and a horse. Every time we say that, I just remember. I'm just like, ugh.
I think they are all perfect names.
Yeah. And if you try to create little anagram for all their names, it can be ham, horses, apples, and
What at this point? Why are we playing our characters and not going on like a cool horse adventure? Actually, this
Yeah.
rules.
These are way
I
cooler
don't know,
characters
I
here.
that would be real fun.
We will play,
Season
we will
2.
play this campaign. I'm just saying that I'm interested in these horses.
These horses who have just been riding back and forth around the same area. Like, what are these guys doing? All right, you guys can take off on foot. It's your first time really going through a lot of these passageways of the underground city. It's quite nice. You kind of expected it to be a little dingy and dark, but because people live here full time, there are a lot of nice lanterns on the walls. You see storefronts. It's almost like traveling a large road that has been carved out, that kind of narrows off into other pathways and offshoots where you can see lines of homes and areas for recreation that they have a lot going on here. So it is a rather pleasant walk through the city. But if you guys are hurrying along, then there's not too many challenges on this kind of part of it because it is so well kept.
Power walking.
Power walking.
However,
Yeah.
I have like the quickest aside because I don't think I'm gonna see anything. If I would like to just peer around as we are walking by to see if I see the girl with the big feather quill.
Yeah, okay. Make a perception investigation.
I don't want to take like time away from our journey, so perception, I guess. That's 13.
You don't see anything like that down here. She had like this big shock of, I believe, white hair. So it was pretty noticeable. And most of the people you see who are like humans, halfling, gnome people. It's kind of different. It's interesting, Miria, to compare this to the Underdark, because the Underdark is another kind of underground cavernous society, but that is much deeper on the crust of the earth. This is almost just barely under the surface, and it seems like these people there are still access ports, up into the air and up to, there are still some buildings that are on the surface here. It's just much less frequently used. So it's an interesting kind of comparison to where you're from, but you don't see the girl who had drawn you before. So you get through the city and you kind of come out of a stairwell with a hatchway that puts you out just barely outside of the radius of this smog. It is still so odd to see just the wall, right? The almost distinct line where this smoke and dust gathers here, and right past it is the foothills of the mountain range where you would first climb to see Melnim. It seems like the people here have a pretty good understanding of exactly where, this line is. It's pretty consistent. So after your day of walking and sightseeing and travel, you're back at the familiar start. I'm not going to make you roll to walk up the mountain again. As funny as that was, I don't necessarily think it's very...
We're going to spend an hour.
Yeah, I don't want to spend another hour climbing the same mountain that you guys at level 1 had trouble with. You're all, Oliver, you've been riding around and running around and battling. Your legs are just a little bit beefier, just enough that you can get up this hill. You notice your progress. You're like, oh, look at me, so much more fit now. Only slightly, but good enough.
Cheeky boy.
And you enter in to the familiar entrance of this tavern. You see the kind of limp entrance opens up into this tiled floor that fades into the cavern before you. Again, I don't think there's a ton in here that's going to impede your progress. You do know the way around a little bit, but if there's anything that you'd want to do as you're making your way through here, you travel through these different chambers. The one with the multicolored moss and walls, the place you had fought the spiders before. You go through the zone. You had seen the kind of mining equipment and campfires and beds from people who had been here before, past the cherry bomb tree, which you know not to touch this time unless you would like to explode again, in which case we can do that. And you make your way to the entrance of the cavern where Melnim stays.
Hello?
Knock on the side of the cave.
I don't remember what voice I gave this bird. I think it was just like deep and weird.
It
was
was
just,
like a
very
deep
serious.
and like sort of echoey voice.
Oh,
Serene. Not that. That was not it.
I think it was.
He might have maybe he had a cold before, or maybe he has a cold now. And maybe that cold gave
I'm
him an
getting
accent.
sick. No one bird should have all that power.
You enter into you knock on the wall. Also, the name of the type of bird is Vedfulnir. It's from Norse mythology, so I don't know how to pronounce it. There's a bunch of consonant letters in there. You see, you hear like a hello, like a confused call from the other room. So you can push past. I think it's like a beaded, a straw curtain with beads. I was a beaded curtain that you push through to get into his chamber.
Hi, Melnim. We're back. And better than ever.
Good to see you've fared well on your journey.
We have survived, but
I can see
we have
that.
more problems than we have come back to you with more problems than we first came to you.
I have a feeling I know of which you speak.
The people at Vash-10 are trying to do something bad with the fungus, and I still don't understand it very much, but I know it's not good.
There's a sickness over the mountain range. I'm not sure of its origin. I have been around many years, but its existence, its properties still baffle me. Do you know what they plan to do?
I scoot. I push Hearth in the back and scoot him forward.
Hi, I'm Hearth. They want to make a big rock. this guy's really scary. What are you? Why am I the? What's that? Okay.
For acting prowess.
Come
Well,
on,
I mean-
project.
Picture him naked.
Speak from the diaphragm.
He's
Speak
already
from the
naked, he's a big
diaphragm.
bird.
Picture him in a silly little suit.
Picture them naked.
Silly little suit.
Imagine him with a funny little top hat.
You're all the information we got, boss. Like, and I guess I also read the letter to Melvin.
Okay, that's helpful.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, a little pretty good.
From what I know, I think the idea is that if you gather enough of the moss and the
Fungus.
fung, whatever, in one place, it kind of has this energy that is you can condense the magic of nature and sickness into an item that you can use. And the more of it you have, the more powerful it gets. And I know that over there, and he points kind of across the mountain range, is a lot of stuff.
Oliver, you have a rock.
Yeah, I pulled that out. I guess I am wearing my gloves for now, and I don't know what happens if someone else touches it, but I'm like, you might want to use a glove if you do.
You see Melnim come down from his perch, his large body taking up a good portion of this room, and he comes and brings his head and beak close to it and just looks and kind of goes around and stares at it for a while. I see. Well, if this is a trial, then I'm sure they could make something more dangerous. Okay. What do you wish from me now?
We don't know what to do.
Well,
I don't know what to do. We're going to go to the forest and meet them there and then try and stop them, I guess. But you are so
Successfully
much.
stop them. Or die trying.
We're totally going to not die, and I'm definitely not worried about it.
Yep. If you don't think about it, it won't happen.
we were just wondering if you could help us get there. I know you have obligations here with your egg.
And he kind of like moves his wing to the side, and you can actually see that a small chick is in the nest with him. The kind of mottled gray, almost fuzzy, as this is a pretty newborn bird. And he goes, "Yes, I do have a commitment at home."
Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm a proud father.
But perhaps a ride, a cool piggyback, as we had been discussing it before coming here.
And perhaps any wisdom you have on how to potentially defeat them. You have interfaced with people from the academy before. Have you ever met Zeno? Have you ever fought these people, other than sort of the one that they sent here?
I know the power is there. They have friends of a devilish nature. That is your
See
biggest.
that little imp dude.
Little
Don
guy.
imp. Yes, yeah. Bigger though than an imp. Stronger.
And these friends that they have, these ones come from the Nine Hells, yes?
Yes. Terrible place. Not a very good vacation spot. Even the cities
No, I
there
don't
are
think
just
so.
terrible. Devils. I mean, they're all devils, but like, that was a bad spring break. Well, I can bring you
Thank
over
you.
the range. I can't go too far into the forest. The energy there, the magic.
Thank you. Regardless.
You're welcome.
Yeah, any aid.
Yeah.
Yes.
Any at all. We're not complaining. You do.
We've been trying to catch up with them for a couple days now.
Weeks.
I think we can make some ground. All right. Hop on.
Is it bird riding time?
It's bird riding time.
It's
Bird riding time!
Yeah.
Bird riding time.
Before, as I'm hopping on, I'm like, are we near the chick at all?
As you get onto his back, you are at a much better level to see the chick up close.
Kai touches. It's soft.
Yeah. You reach out
Just
and
a little pet.
just a little bit. It kind of like just nuzzles into you. Like,
If Oliver pets the bird, I want to pet the bird. Just a little head scratch.
A reminder of who we're doing this for.
Yes, for the children.
Balthus, you're good. Hark
Great.
also gonna like hesitantly like he's a druid, but he just kind of like very tentatively like pats it on the beak, like, and seems like nervous but satisfied that he had at least reached out. All right, you guys situate yourself on the large back of Mel Nim. And again, as he rises into the air out of the kind of hole that is cut in the ceiling here, you're kind of taken by the sheer magnetism of him as his wings extend fully to their, wingspan of like 20 feet. Like he's a big, big bird, right? And you can
He's
feel
big.
the power of the wing. It's a big, big bird. Like from Sesame Street? Is that where Big Bird's from?
Yeah.
Yes, Big Bird's from Sesame Street.
That's how I'm imagining him.
No, he's way cooler than that. And I'm not even gonna elaborate. He's just cooler. And you can feel the power underneath these wings as he begins to fly you over the mountain range and into the forest. At first, it kind of reminds you of where you met in the kind of grasslands of Arzenad, the tall bushes and grass swaying in the breeze. You see many different animals and magical creatures of all sorts kind of traveling through, but very quickly it begins to be more dense. Bigger trees kind of up in the air, dark, lush green treetops, canopies, and they're all trees of different sorts that you wouldn't imagine together. You see palms and pines and other like birch, I don't know, other trees that I can name, just all together in this dense forest land that doesn't seem to make a ton of sense. And at some point, Mel begins to lower you to the ground, kind of knowing that past here, the treetops begin to be nestled so closely together that he would have a very hard time bringing you towards the ground. There begin to be trees cut so close, so tightly packed together that you can barely put a hand between the spaces. So he kind of brings you onto this kind of outcropping and drops you off. I think, and he kind of lifts a wing towards one side where you can actually see the pathway that someone had bulldozed through here. That being a verb and not like with an actual bulldozer, because those don't exist. But there is a kind of clearing that has been pushed through where you can see trees knocked down out of the way, burnt in all sorts of ways. But there is a kind of clear pathway of destruction leading through here, and he lifts a wing and is like, that, I'm guessing, is where you need to go. I can't imagine too many other travelers who would try to cut through this way. But I'm needed at home. I can't leave my chick. I didn't name the baby bird.
They're working on it. It's okay.
Yeah, well, I mean, we want to see his personality first, to make sure that, the name fits, but I'm taking suggestions.
What about Oliver Arkwright?
After
What
the greatest
about
wizard?
What?
I said after the greatest wizard.
What about
Who's ever met.
Merlin? Melnim, Merlin? That's actually kind of good.
The M theme?
Oh my god. You know what's really funny? The twins from the bar that you were just at are named Marin and Mel.
Oh my god.
It's gonna be a
so
little.
it's very similar.
Thank you,
Well,
Melnin.
I'll think about it. Best of luck.
If you are able, could you send a message to Glim? Or if you happen to see him again, tell him that we, being Neria, Balthus, and Oliver, and also this guy that he doesn't know, have gone to the Phantasmal Forest and are going to face off against whatever this is. And that I think Angelica will be there.
Yeah, you can see him kind of concentrate for a moment and kind of look up and to the right, and after a couple moments of silence, he says, "Okay." Glim asks that you be gentle on Angelica. She didn't seem too willing a participant from his view, but he also understands that battles do not always go as planned. But the students are okay. Those are the updates.
It's nice to hear. We will do our best to be gentle.
Thank you. And he is going to cast Bless on you guys. It lasts for an hour, but it is a spell that is going to give you, anytime you roll an ability check or an attack roll, you can add 1d4. So you can roll an additional
yeah.
four-sided die and add that to your ability checks and attack rolls for the next hour.
Hell
Anytime.
yeah.
Anytime.
A parting gift. Anything I can.
Thank you very much.
Wait, we can do that once, or we can just do it to like every.
Anytime in the next hour. Any ability check and attack roll. Every single one.
It's a great spell.
It is a great spell. It's a good buff. With that, Mel takes off into the sky and turns around and goes back to his nest with his chick. A good bird if I ever saw one.
Good bird.
A good big bird.
All right. You guys can continue on this path. You have maybe another hour or two you could push on before you'd need to take a rest for the evening. So you can either rest here in this clearing or continue to push and find a place further in. It's up to you.
We're probably safer,
Yeah.
I think, the further in the sort of more open areas. I feel like the further we go into the forest, the more dangerous it's going to get.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Right.
I think we'll have to book it tomorrow, but otherwise.
All right. You guys can hunker down for a rest for the night. I mean, you're not going to do anything with your bless, but that's okay.
Shit. We just got blessed.
You did just get blessed.
Wait.
Yeah,
But
okay,
I also
we
understand
already-
your logic.
Wait, okay, that was dumb as hell. Hold on. Let's retcon. I don't know if we should. What you said, we have 2 hours until nightfall.
Yeah.
Okay. I have good dark vision.
And me too.
I also have dancing lights.
I have dark vision.
Yeah, for
Always.
anybody that might need it.
Yeah. Like me.
How long would it take for us to keep walking that we might incur a point of exhaustion?
If it's maybe 2 hours to nightfall, you could push on another 3 or 4 before you'd start rolling for exhaustion.
We could just do another hour then until our bless wears off.
Yeah. Let's keep going.
All right. You begin to push your way into this kind of cleared out pathway, and slowly the light that you'd seen in this clearing fades to a darkness that is unusual. You feel there are so many plants around here, but you can hear the kind of noises of animals and things moving through the trees and brush around you. It's a little unsettling, especially with how dark it is. You can
I
begin,
cast dancing lights.
yeah, casting dancing lights. You can see that the tree bark, the ground, and there are flashes of it moving through the trees, but a lot of things here glow with that yellow fungus. It's sticking to the walls, the bark of the trees, and you can see leaves coated in it, almost dripping onto the ground. And it's as dangerous as you know it is kind of beautiful. This like glowing yellow light that was bouncing off of the dancing lights that you've cast around here. And I'm gonna have everybody roll a survival check, because you are walking through pretty uneven ground of all these kind of knocked down trees and plants as the party had made their way through here before. So
19.
you can add a d4 to your survival check because you are within.
Oh,
plus.
nice.
Oh, that's it. I
Oh,
got a
then
22
yeah, I got a
then.
20.
A 20. All right.
Yeah.
Or no, wait, I didn't.
I need to pull up
Well, then-
his character sheet.
No, I got a 20.
A 20. Nice.
Yes.
I got a 21 plus 2, 23. So Hearth's doing great. I think we all did really well. Miria, what do you got?
18.
All right, yeah, that's really solid. You guys aren't slowed too much by the uneven ground and territory around here. Are you guys walking like quickly? Are you like what's the? It's a pretty wide
Quickly.
path, and
I'd say like we're like trying we're taking, you know, we're not like running, but you know, we're trying to get there as fast as possible, you know.
Power walking again.
Yeah, light jog perhaps.
so as you do this, you are making a little bit of noise, and you see from in front of you in the path a kind of green and yellow figure slithers through in front of you, and you're all caught off guard for a second as you wonder what that is. And you see it come across again and stand in the path in front of you. This, not one, two green dragon wormlings that are kind of posturing and like hunching their shoulders in the path in front of you. I don't think any of you have seen a dragon in real life, but these are two, I mean, they're babies. They're still probably bigger than you, Miria. You can see the edges of their scales beginning to show signs of this yellow fungus sticking to them. And I would like to have everybody roll initiative.
16.
17?
Dragons.
Now, bless does not affect your initiative rolls. Is that correct?
I think initiative is technically an ability check, so you know what? You can go for it.
Okay.
Nice.
21.
That's bad anyway.
Right, give me 1 second to roll for my people, and then I will ask for your initiative.
Sorry, yeah.
I got a lot of, no, it's all right. I just have a lot of numbers I need to keep track of right now. So anyone 25 to 20?
Yeah. 21.
All right. Anyone 20 to 15?
I 16.
16 for Balthus, and then Hearth rolled at 14. Amiria, what'd you get?
7.
7, all right. First up, Oliver. You see these two wormling dragons come up in the path in front of you, and you are the first to react. What would you like to do?
How far away are they?
They're, I mean, pretty close. I would say 15 feet maybe in front of you in the path.
Okay. Start out with a Ray of Frost. So that's roll to hit plus the 1d4, right?
Yep.
I'm rolling good today. That was a 17 plus with an 18.
18? Yeah, that's gonna hit. You wanna go for the one on the left or the right?
One on the left, let's say.
All right. 18, so roll damage.
1d8 cold damage, and the speed is reduced by 10 feet until the
Alright.
start of my next turn. That's 6.
6 damage? All right, Balthus, you're up next.
All right. I'm gonna do some fire breath, or ice breath,
Ice breath.
at the left one as well.
All right, you make sure to kind of push past your companions so they're not getting.
Yeah, I move up a little,
It
of
is
course.
a 15-foot cone, so I believe you could hit both of them. It's a constant.
Oh, yeah,
save,
sure.
I
In that
believe.
case, I'll do that.
So just remind me what your DC is for your breath.
My DC is must make a con saving throw of DC 11.
All right, one of them got a 16, and the one on the right got a 7. So
Awesome.
roll your damage, and the one on the left is just gonna take half.
All right, cool. Damage is going 8.
8 damage. 8 over here.
It says a creature takes 2d6 damage on a failed save,
right, and then I believe it's half.
and then
as much.
half on an actual save. So you did that part. So the one that rolled a 7 takes 2d6 instead.
So roll the whole damage. Roll 2d6.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it was 8. All right, yeah.
It was 8. All right. So
Yeah.
then so the one on
Yeah.
the right is going to take the full 8, and the one on the left is going to take 4 damage instead.
Sounds good. Gotcha.
All right. Hearth is up in the order, and He is going to come up to you, Oliver, and put a hand on your shoulder, and he's going to cast Bark Skin. So this is going to raise your AC to 16, if that's helpful.
Cool.
I believe your AC is
6.
less than 16 normally.
No, people haven't gone after me recently. Oh, my armor class is 11, so it's great.
Yeah, I figured that might help. And then with his bonus action, can I do anything, is the question. I think he's just gonna kind of run up and take out his weapons and kind of get in range of the two wormlings. He's gonna kind of move through their range and behind them to try to be on the other side. And so he's gonna stay within combat range, so he doesn't need to disengage, but he'll be right up there. It is now time for the 2 wormlings to go. So one of them is gonna turn around and make a bite attack at Hearth, and the other is going to use its poison breath at the group of you. So the dragon exhales poisonous gas in a 15-foot cone. I would like everyone to make a Constitution saving throw. And I believe I can check blast. I think you can add to saves as well.
Oh, loving the spell.
I did give it to you because I thought.
Got it.
Attack roll or saving throw. Oh yeah. Okay, then you're good. Yep. So you can add a D4 to saving throws as well.
15.
15. All right.
16.
16 also.
16. So you guys are all gonna save, which is good because this is 66 damage. Let's see. I don't know where my D6s are, but I'm gonna pull out a bunch of them. It would be silly to roll this individually. Oh no! I rolled really good. So that was 26 damage, but you're all gonna take 13 because you all saved from the throw.
Okay, I'm at 2.
Oh shit. You take what, 13 damage?
Mm-hmm.
Great.
Okay.
Oh good.
The good
Got it.
thing is
Awesome.
poison breath, it needs to recharge, so it's not gonna have that.
That's nice to know.
Yeah, I guess it is.
Listen, I said I was going a little easy on combat, and I was like, I'm gonna pull out the big punch this time. So Hearth is now going to take a bite attack because I said I was gonna do that, and it is going to miss him. So he's just over there on the other side, like, oh no, watching you guys get hit with the poison spray, like, on the other side of it. So next up, Miria, it is your turn.
Hold on, I had plans and then we all got poison breath to shit and it kind of threw my plans out of whack. I'm gonna cast Bardic Inspiration's a bonus action, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. So as an action, I am going to cast Cure Wounds on Oliver at level 1. So you get 1d8 plus my spell mod. So you get 8 points of healing.
Very much appreciated.
Oliver, and as inspiration, I'm going to inspire Balthus, and I am going to create a note of potential. This is a tiny little musical note that hovers around you, and if you want to use the Bardic Inspiration die to add to an attack roll, once you use your Bardic Inspiration die, the mote shatters, and you can choose a creature of your choice that you can see within 5 feet. It must succeed on a Constitution saving throw against my spell save, or it will take thunder damage equal to the number rolled on the Bardic Inspiration die.
Ooh, cool.
It's a fun
All right.
little college feature.
Back
So you are
to-
inspired. It lasts for 10 minutes.
So sometimes during this battle about this, if you don't think your attack is gonna hit, you can roll an extra d6, I believe.
Yes.
Okay. Yep.
To add to your attack roll. And if you do that, with the additional feature, it will take extra thunder damage from Miria's inspiration. So,
Okay, gotcha.
Oliver, back to you. Top of the order.
Gonna magic missile these lads.
Go for it.
Does one look like it's doing particularly worse than the other?
The left one has been hit more.
Well, you know what? Let's cast it at level 2.
Ooh.
So that's
4?
yeah, I guess that's just 4. That's a 3, 1, a 1, and a 3.
Nice. 8.
8 plus 4, so
12 damage. That's nice. Balthus.
Okay, so I don't have a lot of HP left.
Mhm.
I don't remember if I have a health potion on me.
I think you do.
I think I do too. I'm gonna use that, but I'm gonna take that additional action thing that I have, and I'm gonna do a big sword swing at the left viper.
In my
Dragon.
just in my personal play, like how I rule it as a DM, if you're taking a potion for yourself, then you can do that as a bonus action.
Oh, okay, then flip
so
it.
I
Then
believe
flip it.
2d4 plus 2 for a basic healing potion.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think it was a basic.
I think it was as well. So you can heal that for yourself as a bonus action, and if you want to action surge, you can attack twice.
Okay, so obviously I'm gonna drink the health potion first, probably.
Yep. So clear yourself up.
So 2d6 you said? Plus 2? 2d4? Okay. 2d4
Little
plus
triangle
2.
guy.
Yep. 4 and 10. All right. Well, I'm back at full. No, okay, not at full health, but I'm
Not quite, but
pretty.
yeah,
I'm
you
pretty
got hit
back
for like
up.
13, so that's pretty good. For me.
Yeah. No, I'm at a survivable thing now. So I'm
All
gonna
right.
take a sword swing at the left dragon.
Yeah, absolutely.
17 for the.
17.
Yeah.
Barely hits.
Oh
You
shoot.
go
Okay.
up with your sword, and you are swinging with your power, and you can. It almost like glances off the scales, and you get lucky as it kind of goes in between a row of them, and you can hear it connect with the flesh. But you realize like these things got a lot of armor on them. So you can do
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So I did 5 damage.
5 damage. All right. And you can hear it kind of out in pain as you kind of connect the sword with its body, taking a solid hit. It's starting to look pretty hurt. The other one, though, is right up on you now. It is, not looking as damaged as the other one. So it is Hearth's turn. He is going to attack the one on the right. So I'm going to make an attack roll with his scimitar, and because he is a rogue and he is in melee with one of you guys about this, he's gonna get sneak attack on this. So let's hope he hits. Oh, I get a d4. Okay, the d4 actually helped. He would not have hit without the d4. So he goes in with his scimitar, and I'm gonna do how many d6? 3d6 now with my sneak attack. I rolled all 6s! Oh my god!
Wow.
Dice.
I can't believe it. Okay. I'm just like, you know what? Hearth did so bad in the last battle, and here he is redeeming himself. Doing 18-20 damage in one strike with his scimitar on the almost unhurt wormling. He goes and just with a yell, goes and sweeps down and does a ton of damage onto this thing, and suddenly you can see this kind of sickly green blood beginning to seep out of the wound that he had made. This battle has turned around in just that turn. It is unfortunately now the dragon's turn. I'm going to roll to see if he recharges his poison breath. He does not. The other one hasn't used it, but I'm not going to because that's mean. So I'm going to. I mean, look, I don't want to. It'd be really sad if you guys died right here, not gonna lie. But also, I think it would make sense for the two wormlings to kind of turn on the two people in melee range and both make a bite attack. So it's gonna be one at you, Balthus, and then one at Hearth.
Okay.
So I'm going to roll first for Balthus. That was a 14 plus 4, 18.
That does hit.
That
yes.
hits, all right. So you're gonna take 4 piercing damage and additional 3 points of poison damage.
Okay,
7.
I know where I'm at now. Yep.
And then I'm gonna roll for Hearth. That is a natural 20 on this bite attack. So it's going to be, let's see. Oh, Hearth.
Dying a hero's death. At least he redeemed himself.
Mm-hmm.
Hearth
He's
is
not
much higher
dead.
level than you guys, so this might kill him. Not kill him.
Yeah.
And I rolled good on one of them, but not on the other, so that is... Actually, I rolled really bad on your damage. So congratulations for that. My dice are being very friendly to you guys specifically in this one. That is 20 damage in total he's going to take from that bite attack. And you can see him really stagger back from the bite, and the poison is like, you can see it kind of the green, like almost in his veins around the puncture wound that happens on his shoulder. But he stands up from the hit looking okay, but kind of uncomfortable with the fact that he just got bit. Now it is Miria's turn.
As a bonus action, I'm going to take my potion of minor healing.
Go for it. 2d4 plus 2.
2d4 plus 2. Well, that's a 1. And that's a 4 plus 2, so 7 points of healing. Does Hearth look like he needs some healing?
If you look towards him, he'll just, I got it.
All right, sick. That means I can do cooler things. I don't have a lot of cool things to do. I'm gonna Vicious Mockery the one that looks less hurt.
All right, that is actually the one on the left now, because Hearth did a massive amount of damage with that sneak attack, so.
Your blood is like super gross. The green is really not your color. You have to succeed on a wisdom saving throw.
All right. What is the wisdom? I got a 13. All right, so I do save. So I believe Vicious Mockery. It's not half damage spell?
No, you don't get anything.
All right. You just kind of see this dragon snarl at you and say something in a language you can't understand. About this, you speak Draconic.
Mm-hmm.
What does he say?
In this kind of low, hissing voice, you just hear like, "Green is my favorite color." And that's that.
Of all
Oliver,
colors, you
back to you.
choose green? Anyway.
It's your turn, my man.
All right. With magic missile, it's like each dart hits a creature of your choice that you can see within range. If I do magic missile on second level, I could just divide the 2 darts.
Absolutely.
Like 2 darts for each.
Mhm.
So I'll go for that.
So 2 darts at each?
Yeah, I'll roll for this one will be for the one on the left.
All right.
So that was a 4 plus, it's a 5. Oh, that's a 10 total.
Ooh. I mean, this thing gets blasted with the magic missile, and you can see its whole body shake from the impact, but it's just barely standing up still.
Ooh.
Okay.
All right,
that was
watch
all right.
out. The next one, that one's a 5.
A 5? All right. Still looking hurt, but not quite as big of an impact as the one before. Balthus, it is your turn.
All right,
You
I'm gonna
see
do.
this one, like, wormling
What?
hanging on by a thread.
Yeah, I'm gonna do ice breath on both of them. Just the cold thing again. Yeah.
All right, if you do that, you're gonna hit Hearth as well.
Am I?
He is standing right behind them.
How hurt is Hearth again?
I mean, he's not, like, fresh, but it depends. He looks okay.
Yeah, but I'd rather not hit him. Okay. In that case, I'll just I'll just take a swing at the last. I'll just take one last big swing at the weakling.
All right, go for it. Roll the hit.
I got an 18.
18? Yeah.
Awesome.
You swing down, and how do you want to, like, what do you want to do? What's this blow look like?
I'm gonna do like one of those like that thing. I don't know. I saw it in Game of Thrones once, where they like roll over the back and then just turn and just slice or whatever.
Yeah. These dragons are babies, right? They're
Mm-hmm.
and you guys are kind of surprised by even at something so young, these dragons, how much damage they've done to you. But you can kind of get on and roll over its back on the scales and turn around and slice up, and you can just see the green begin to ooze out on the ground as the wormling slowly collapses into a heap. That one is no more.
Awesome.
It's Hearth's turn, and there is one wormling standing. So he's gonna take a breath, and he's gonna roll a hit. Let's see what we can do. That is a 17 plus 5 is 22 plus a d4 is, I rolled a 4, so that's 26 to hit. That's pretty good. He goes and swings with his scimitar, and he's, with a confident swing, and this thing just holds on enough to kind of look at him with angry eyes. He's got 1 hit point left. This thing had 5 hit points and I rolled 4 damage. So, uh-oh. This other dragon is gonna turn around and look at Hearth, and this is, I believe, the one who didn't use his poison breath, so now seems as good a time as any. So it's just aimed at this direction of the person who would just hit him. I'm gonna roll Constitution saving throw for Hearth, which was not fantastic, which was a 10, which does not save. So we're gonna do some damage. Let's hope I don't roll like as good as I did last time, because that was pretty wild. Okay, not as good.
Don't kill Hearth, please.
You guys just started to like him.
We had reached level 1 friendship.
21 damage that time. Which still does not kill him because he's, like I said, higher level than you guys.
Yeah, and I'm so glad he is a higher level than us because
there was
that
a
would have
reason he tried
obliterated
to
me.
get you guys like 1-on-3. Like it wasn't completely as unbalanced. Just you guys did a lot of lucky rolls and he had a lot of really bad ones. But he kind of takes the poison spray and you can see it like clumping to his eyelashes and sticking in his hair, this green goop, as he starts to cough, like from the effect of it all just sticking into his lungs and like on his clothes, and he looks haggard from that hit. That was not very pleasant. Miria, it's your turn.
I am going to cast Cure Wounds on Hearth as my action.
All right.
It is 1d8 plus my spellcasting mod. Where's the frickin' d8 every time? He got 5 points of hit points back. You're so welcome. For my bonus action, I'm going to use the Dancing Dagger to attack the dragon.
Yeah, roll the hit.
Be good. No, that was bad. It was a 5. Well, it was a 10 total.
That misses.
Yeah.
The scales on this dragon are just so thick. You send the dagger and it kind of glances off the side and you hear the like noise of metal hitting scale, and it comes and like flies back to you and lands at your feet. No damage on that hit. Oliver, this thing's hanging on by a thread.
Okay, I'll just do regular. I have a level 1 magic missile. I'm not at a level 2, but
yeah, you don't even have to roll.
Okay.
Like I said, it's 1 hit point. Magic missile already automatically hits, and you just kind of frustrated that you would let this much damage happen. You know, this battle is probably one of the worst you guys had seen in terms of, strong enemies. You throw the magic missiles and they all just hit the dragon and kind of pushes it backwards into the body of the other wormling that lay there, and it's quiet for a moment. You can all take a deep breath. We're out of initiative order. You guys have survived. Yikes.
Hearth, are you poisoned?
Oh, I don't think so, but that sucked.
We're alive though. Also, we should heal.
Yeah,
We
I
are
got
alive.
me.
We could take a short rest here.
Yeah,
or
I'm
we
fine with
could-
that. Is there anything of note to do the drags hold anything? Are they carrying anything, or should I make an investigation check or something? Do they have anything like at all?
You can make an
That would be
investigation
helpful.
check if you'd like.
Okay. 19.
You see that there are kind of the beginnings of decay and that kind of yellow fungus clinging to these wormlings, but they are pretty young. The scales are pretty good. Dragon scales can be worth a lot. They're smaller. They are kind of medium-sized creatures at this point, so you could gather some claws and teeth and scales from them. Not as much, obviously, as you'd get from a full-born dragon.
Yeah.
Dragon can be worth quite a bit on the market. So.
All right. I
Something
guess
you're
I'll
interested in.
take a few scales and teeth and stuff. See what I can rack up.
And then Hearth healed himself for 13 hit points. So, yay for that.
can I do a nature check, I assume, for if I know if like dragons at this age would be going off on their own, or if we have to worry about like Mom.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Make a nature check.
So 3 plus 4, but that's and then plus the bless. So well, that bumps it up to a 9, which is still not good.
You're not sure. You kind of maybe the fact that these two young dragons were together might be something, but you can't really be positive. You as a scribe don't know too much about nature or dragons, not quite your area of expertise. So
I hope we don't have to fight a big ball dragon.
guys, you're level 3. I really don't want to make you fight a dragon.
That's true,
Okay, because we wouldn't make it.
No, you barely could live through 2 wormlings. I was like, a young dragon, one young dragon, I think could wipe you guys out.
Yeah. I would like to also maybe make a nature check or whatever you think seems right. I would like to get Hearth over by the bodies because he's a druid and knows more about this than I do. And I would like to kind of figure out if the fungus maybe caused aggressive behavior or if the fungus kind of has like a possessive effect on them.
So you want to do a nature check on this?
Sure.
Or you want to assist the nature? Hearth's nature is +3.
Yeah, I'll assist to Hearth on a nature check.
That was 6. And that was a natural 20.
Oh, nice.
+3, 23. Dragons are pretty territorial in general. So probably a large part of this attack was you guys kind of coming through the area that they had been in. The fungus definitely didn't help, but he kind of notices the amount that's on them probably wouldn't be enough to kind of have a possessive effect. It does seem that the fungus kind of makes animals act more violent, though, through what you had seen before with some of the boar and the wolf that had attacked you earlier. If you're talking about that, then you kind of can piece together that might be something, along with the effect of Oliver's stone, right? How it needs to be coated with blood. And if you want, you can actually take the time to do that right now with the remaining dragons.
I get it. Make my stone like a lime green.
Yeah, and you can see, and actually you kind of you're like kind of hesitant to do this because these are poisonous creatures, that as you go and you kind of touch the stone to the wound, you can see some of the blood sucked up into it, and you're holding it, it's dry again. There's no kind of remnant effect of it being on there, but you do kind of feel it buzzing. Yeah, it's buzzing with this energy, and you kind of feel good about it. You're gonna sleep well tonight. You're not gonna have that kind of drowsing effect as it kind of takes energy from you. Hearth kind of looks and goes, if you want to push on, I can pass without a trace.
I think we could, yes. Keep going.
Just for a little bit before we camp. Unless you want to take a long, short rest now.
We got a long rest. We'll camp.
It's almost night. If we can just make it a little further, we can take a long rest.
Sounds good to me.
All right, he's going to cast Pass Without a Trace. It is a spell that is going to give everybody a +10 to your stealth checks.
Nice.
So he's going to take the lead and go out a little further as kind of the stealthiest of you. I think you guys are going to move a little bit slower now as you're realizing that moving through here with haste might be a little dangerous at your level. And I want everybody to make a stealth check.
Perfect 20.
Natural 20? Or dirty 20?
Natural. Yeah, so really I got 30 with the +10.
Right, and do you have any stealth bonus?
That was nothing of note, but I think it may have been like 1 or 2 more.
Yeah, so like 31. Hearth also got a 30.
What about Bless? Does Bless have?
I got 33.
33? I don't know. It might be wearing off at this point, like as you guys kind of stuck around and like investigated after the battle. You guys had traveled a little bit before you'd run into these dragons. If you want to do it, I think it's the last roll I'll allow it for. So
okay.
I got a 27.
That's
nice.
14 total for me.
You rolled a 4?
I rolled a nat 1. Then I have a +1. And then the last roll for bless was a
I'm
+2.
so glad we passed
no.
that a trace. I mean, I'm gonna do
Yeah.
this on group success. So we had 3 like really good stealth checks. And we had a natural 20, which is gonna help balance out the fact that you got a natural 1.
Yeah.
Otherwise we might have had some more trouble. But you guys, I'm gonna make a Hearth is gonna also do some perception checks at the front as he's walking along. That was not great, but you guys, for the remainder of like the little bit you travel and push on before it gets just you get too tired and worn down and need to take a rest, you don't run into anything. You can this pathway is like shorn wide enough for you guys to set up maybe like your tents if you'd like to. It was made wide enough for a wagon to fit through, so there is a little bit of width here. You could try to squeeze past the trees and get further into the woods, but that would be more difficult and you don't really know what's out there. So it's up to you.
Yeah, I feel like I'm less scared of what's on the path and more scared of what's not.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree with that.
You guys are going to set up your tents. Hearth is out in the cold, I guess.
How big are our tents?
But you can-
We're like level 2 friendship. That's at least sharing a tent in a situation where he would otherwise just be left out in the cold where dragons are attacking.
Not very nice to leave him there.
Yeah.
Thank you. He appreciates that a lot. So he'll you guys can, as you're settling down for this rest, I think we're getting a little bit close to our time today. So we can actually roll and see how the night goes in this enchanted forest. But for now, I think we should come back next time. And I'm gonna have you guys level up to level 4.
Nice.
Because you fought some dragons and it was pretty intense.
Yeah.
So when we come back next time, we'll get leveling up all sorted, and then we can figure out what's happening through the night and into the next day as you continue to travel down this path.
All right.
All right. Thank you everybody for watching. We really like recording this. We'd love to see you come back next time to kind of see what we're doing finishing up. Make sure you subscribe, and you can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Phantasmal D&D. We'd love to hear your thoughts about the show. Yeah, it's super fun. I don't know how to end these things ever. So
Woo!